Grief is a thin place, a place so thin it's hard to tell where earth ends and heaven begins. Grief is a place so thin that it's where the living and the dead feel one another's love. I'm Lisa Hamilton, an Episcopal priest, and I grieve. First, I'll read some scripture that many Christians use in worship during Lent. Then I'll struggle with those words through the lens of grief. I'm glad you've joined me. Today's scripture is from Ezekiel chapter 37. Never again shall they be two nations, and never again shall they be divided into two kingdoms. I think a lot about the thin veil that separates us from our beloved dead. Maybe it's misty, like it is if you've ever hiked through a cloud. Maybe it's like being on both sides of the cloud at once. Maybe it's as vast and as clear as I hope the sky was on my son's last conscious day, October 20th, 2016. I hope it was one of those newly crisp days when summer kisses the fall. I'm pretty sure Ted went walking that day because he nearly always did. I hope that day the sky was as achingly blue as the Connecticut days he and our beloved mutt Spoodle and I played the day after a snowstorm. Winter was always Ted's favorite season. They say the dead travel through a tunnel. I hope Ted recalled the tunnel at the Pittsburgh Zoo in the town where he was born. Each time I pushed his blue and white stroller through the tunnel, my voice would echo, "I love you, Teddy, Teddy, Teddy." Over time, he answered the echoes with, "Love you, Mama, Mama, Mama." The loveliest echo my heart has ever heard. The echoes I hope his heart heard too in that tunnel of light. It's a funny thing, but the evening Ted's brain died, I went to one of those painting parties. We were supposed to paint a moon and its reflection over the ocean, but my moon got out of control. My moon got so big, it ended up looking like a tunnel of light. Maybe that's how it is to cross over. Or maybe leaving this life for the next is more like crossing through some kind of a marker. If you've ever been to Japan, you've seen a lot of torii. You know, those traditional gates shaped sort of like an upside-down U. They have two cross pieces, but they have two upright pieces. They're usually red or a bright orange. And they mark the place where a Shinto shrine begins. The torii signals that you're leaving this world and entering this thin space where the profane meets the sacred. Or maybe the bringing together of the life we know and the life beyond is more like a bridge than like a veil as misty as a cloud, or like a tunnel of light, or like crossing under a torii. The author Thornton Wilder thought of the crossing between this life and the next as a bridge. He put it this way: there is a land of the living and a land of the dead, and the bridge is love, the only survival, the only meaning. That's the essence of whatever the veil is, isn't it? It's just love. Whether it's more like a cloud or a tunnel or a torii or a bridge, the thin place is love. Grief is a thin place.